Hello, music lovers. My name is Carter, and today we are reviewing Meteora. Meteora is Linkin Park's second studio album, creating a dark nu metal sound that leans into the hip hop style of nu metal with multiple songs featuring rap verses from Mike Shenoda and angsty choruses from Chester Bennington. The album frequently features constructional sounds such as the sound of glass breaking, which is present, which is basically what the intro is, forward, present in the intro, forward, which is an interlude to the album, showcasing the sound of the album. The album also features record scratches to communicate the hip hop side of the album. The album attempts also to diversify multiple times throughout the album. The album is rather on the short end, only being 36 minutes long, with 13 songs, really 12, since Forward, the intro, is really just an interlude. The album frequents themes of rebellion throughout the album and rage, which is complemented well by the dark instrumentation. The album frequents detuned guitars to create this angry and dark sound, which communicates the angsty themes of the nu metal genre and captures the rebellious attitude of their audience. The album also has a song named Nobody Listening, which features a shakuhachi, which is a Japanese flute, and also has what sounds like a tiger roar, making this weird infusion between Japanese city pop, hip hop, and metal music with a heavy bass. This gets me into the main thing that I want to discuss in this album, which is the flow of the album. The album features a couple of interludes in forward and session and has a lot of transitions in between these tracks. These transitions aren't amazing, but they at least contribute to the albumic experience. The album also breaks away from the dark sound to a more melodic sound in Easier to Run, attempting at having diversity within the album. The biggest sore thumb in the flow of the album is that the album diversifies too much, with Nobody's Listening, the song with the shakuhachi, I believe it is, the Japanese flute, and Session. Nobody's Listening doesn't fit with the sound of the rest of the album, and Session doesn't even function at all as an interlude. It's supposed to transition to Numb. I'm sure you've heard Numb, uh, hit song. It's supposed to transition to Numb, and it doesn't even transition into Numb. It doesn't even make sense. I don't understand why either of these tracks are in the album at all. Because, I read in an interview about the album that the album has had about 80 different song concepts and 15 full tracks. That was later narrowed down to 13, really 12. And I just don't understand in what process you have 80 different song ideas, 15 different songs, and you end up with Session and Nobody's Listening on your album. It's nonsensical, and it's extremely surprising to see from an album that displays such highs throughout the album that it would also include such lows. Speaking of lows with the album, an attempt to make the nu metal sound, Mike Shinoda frequently has rap verses throughout the album. These verses lack any form of energy and hold every track behind that they're featured on. They had the same energy of your average third grader reading out loud whenever, they have those group readings and they have to flip to a page and have to read a little paragraph. It has the same energy as that. It's so monotone. There's no passion to it. And then out of nowhere, Chester Bennington will come out with the most amazingly powerful chorus. And this discrepancy between these two performances is so transparent. It's honestly astonishing. I do want to talk about what I really do like about the album, though, which is the mixing and the mastering. I mean, the sound is so perfect for what it's aiming for. It's so perfect. It's so fantastic, especially for its era, early 2000s. It's really fantastic. I mean, the sound is really what makes this album, what it is. It really is responsible for all the great things that are in the album. As far as overall thoughts on the album, this album is a monumental part of the nu metal genre and the development of rock in the 2000s. This features great anthemic sounds that are dark and angry, being perfect for its era. Chester Bennington's vocals throughout the album are extremely catchy and powerful. The guitar parts and bass lines are super powerful and moving. Mike Shinoda's rap sections often hold a lot of these tracks back, and the album's compositional cohesion and length is lacking. However, again, there really is a lot great to say about the album. It captures everything when it does capture what it wants to, it really captures everything that the genre is supposed to be. Overall, I'm thinking that this album is between an 8 and 8.25. I'm going to give it the 8. I love this album personally for all the good things that it is, but regrettably, I can't put it any higher than an 8 because of all the issues that it has. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. I hate that outro. If you enjoyed that video, please consider subscribing. It really helps out a ton. And consider checking out some of the rest of my reviews. Have a good day. Goodbye. God bless.